Hi everyone, it's Louise from Lulu Purple. Today I'm going to be showing you my mixed media art journal page. So first of all, I'm going through all my scrap bits of pattern papers and just cutting them up into smaller squares and rectangles. I then use my matte gel to stick all the smaller pieces onto my art journal page. This art journal page is part of my scrap junk journal, which is an old catalogue which I've stuck pages together and then I'll rebind it when I've finished it all. So this is my page now that all the papers have been stuck down. I'm going to let it dry overnight, and then the next morning when it's completely dry I can cut off all the extra paper from around the edge of the page. I am now going to use my white gesso primer, which I will water down, and then I will whitewash the background. When you whitewash, you still get the pattern coming through, but it just knocks the colour back slightly. Now that my page has all dried, I am going to use my Distress Paint Bundles Sage. I will also use Forest Moss and Frayed Burlap. So first of all, I'm using a baby wipe to spread the colour around, but once again I still haven't mastered this technique. I think my baby wipes are way too wet, so I just go ahead and do it the best way. Use your fingers, get stuck in and just spread the paint around. I then use my heat tool to heat set this layer before moving on to my next colour. As you can see, I'm just adding small bits of paint to the page and using my fingers to blend the colours together. Once the paint has all dried, I then use my Paper Artsy Stamps ETS05. I am using my black archival ink to stamp the images and the words. Next, I use my Fern Green archival ink and the background stamp Daisy Daisy from Creative Expressions, just to add a bit of texture into the background. As you can see, I'm not using the whole of the stamp, I'm just using part of it. I'm also going to use Jofi 36 paper artsy stamps. I am now using EEG 15 paper artsy stamps. So here I've made a slight mistake where the stamp has slipped slightly, and I use a baby wipe to wipe off the ink quickly. I didn't dry the page, so I do that again, dry it, and then stamp the image again. As long as you're quick, you can get the ink to come off quite well. I then use my heat tool to heat set all the ink. So this is my fairy image that I'm using, which I have coloured in with Derwent Colour Soft pencils, and the skin tones I have done with my Graph Master pens, and I have used a bit of Winker Stella on her wings to make them sparkle. This image is an image that Nikki Burnett has designed, and I will leave a link at the bottom of the video to her website. I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer glue to stick the fairy onto the page. I am now using my Antique Linen Distress ink and my ink blending tool to add some colour to my word blocks. Next, I use Vintage Photo Distress ink to go around the edges of my word blocks. I then use my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to stick my word blocks to the page. I'm just using one of my stamps again just to fill in some of the gaps where I missed in the middle. I'm now going to use EEG 13 paper artsy stamps, and I think I go for my black archival ink pad. I am now going to use my Derwent Colour Soft pencil, which is the same colour as her hair, to colour in the gaps in the word blocks. I then use my food ball pen to go around the outside of my word blocks. I am now going to use my Wink of Stella glitter brush to add some sparkle to her wings. I thought I did this before I stuck her down, but obviously I didn't, so I'm adding the sparkle now. I won't show you the whole process as this can be a bit boring. I'll skip forward to my archival ink pads and how I store them, and how I store the blending tool pads on the lid with a bit of stick-on Velcro. And now I'm just using my black archival ink with the blending tool to go around the outside edge of my picture to give it a bit of a border. So that is this page all finished, and I am just trying to show you the wink of Stella, if I can catch it at the right angle. It looks a lot better off camera and very sparkly. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Links to my website, Facebook and more will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you got inspired.